here's a question that we had just normal chat. Siobhan Golay said, "Why Bitcoin considered risky?" And why is Bitcoin? Hold on. Why is Bitcoin considered risky? Only put money you can afford to lose when it's also compared to gold at the same time.
Bitcoin is considered risky in the same way fire was considered risky, in the same way automobiles were considered risky, in the same way electricity was considered risky, and trains were considered risky, and planes were considered risky, because most people don't understand it. Most people don't understand that it is solving one of the most existential problems that humanity has ever faced, the inability to preserve wealth for a lifetime. You can't do it. There's no way to do it without Bitcoin. You think you can preserve wealth in real estate? Really? With 2% property taxes in pretty much every single state? You can, but really the only way to preserve wealth is to keep making money. It's very difficult without Bitcoin to get out of that rat race. You have to continue generating wealth, or else you're going to slowly erode it. You're going to thermodynamically erode that wealth into the ether, and it's going to be taken away by inflation, which is the biggest silent tax that you don't even realize is happening to your dollar. The reason people are scared of Bitcoin is the same reason they were scared of any new technology. You know, people were scared of Wi-Fi. This was 10 years ago. People were scared of Wi-Fi because they thought it was going to give them ear cancer. That was a thing. Do you remember that, Tim? Am I crazy? I remember that being a thing. You're a little older than me. Do you remember that when Wi-Fi started becoming a big thing and Bluetooth and wireless phones? A lot of people thought that that was going to cause ear cancer.
Listen, I might not have been that far ahead of you. My parents were very much behind the times when it comes to technology. I think literally we didn't have caller ID on our phones until literally 2010. I think it was available in the 90s. We were behind.
Yeah,
so I might not be able to answer that well.
The point is, every single time a new technology comes out, because we are scared of change, we get fearful of it. People are scared of Bitcoin. And look, I'm not attacking that. I am saying most of their fears are unfounded, though. And I think it's important that we, as Bitcoin evangelists, go out and we teach people what Bitcoin is and truly why it was created in the first place, which was to give us control of our finances back, because that is the only place that that control is safe.
You know, continuing that thought of evangelism, and I've been sitting here mulling over how I even want to say this, and I'll probably be able to articulate it better in a future video. But here's what we have over the future, especially wrapping this stream as we're getting closer to wrapping it out. We still have like 8 minutes here. But I want you guys to think about something. Bitcoin's price more than likely will eventually go up. But here's why you should be concerned or excited. If the retail investor does not get into the space, and right now what we are seeing is retail investing looking into, like Google Trends showing crypto searches is plummeting. We see, as even Michael Novogratz said, like, hey, people are not going to invest in crypto or anything when their house is on fire, and we need to pull them in. The only other option for the Bitcoin price to go up is due to what I said was another variable, and that is regulation being clear and allowing the billions, if not trillions, of institutional monies to come into the space. Guess what that does? That still moves the power of an amazing currency, future currency, Bitcoin, into the hands of the powerful, while the retail investors miss out. What we need to do, in following what Jeb says, is continue day in and day out to evangelize what Bitcoin's purpose is. It's actually super cool getting to have conversations with people on the street, in my family, as their brains are starting to turn and they're starting to change. But if we don't continue to push, if we don't keep our foot on the pedal, a lot of people are going to start flooding out. A lot of retail investors who are newer to the space are going to sell and say, you know what, I need to keep my US dollars for all of this uncertainty. A lot of people who were considering sitting on the sidelines, they're going to say, you know what, I'll hold off till next year. And the problem is, what happens? This is a question I want to ask you. What happens if retail investors stay on the sideline and institutions come in massively, pumping it well over not just $69,000, but start pushing it to the hundreds of thousands, and it's a massively whale-controlled space? We need to, as the everyday man, as these people, we need to continue to keep our foot on that pedal of evangelizing to the everyday person why Bitcoin is so valuable and why they need to continue to have that longevity thought and not just say, what's my instant gratification, but what's my long-term gratification, so that they don't flood out of the market and Bitcoin doesn't suffer similar control issues that we saw happen with gold and other failed currencies that we've seen in the history.
So the point is, trillions of dollars are going to be made in the cryptocurrency market. I made a tweet the other day, and I know a lot of people thought I was crazy, but I am dead serious. I tweeted yesterday 95% of currencies will collapse in the next 50 years and go through hyperinflation, and crypto will go to $250 billion market capitalization. You heard me right. I'm talking $250 trillion market cap in the next 50 years, and Bitcoin is going to lead that charge. And by the way, I am not talking about inflated US dollars. I'm talking about 2022 US dollars, $250 billion. That's what you're going to see in cryptocurrency, because when you solve a problem as big as financial sovereignty, as Bitcoin is doing, that is worth trillions of dollars, and trillionaires will be made from investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the question is, are you going to be among them because you stayed here in this space over the period of time where Bitcoin was boring for 3 months, because you embarked in this delayed gratification journey and you realize, hey, it might take 5, 10, 20 years for me to really get what I want out of crypto? Or are you going to embark on the instant gratification journey and walk away and leave cryptocurrency right now because it's a little bit boring? It's an honest question. It's one you have to answer.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely consider subscribing, because we're trying to help you become financially free in these cryptocurrency markets. And also, consider following us on Twitter @CryptoJeb for more updates on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Peace.